Alright guys, it's story time. It's gonna be a classic, one of those Call of Duty videos where I sit here one-on-one with you guys, and I tell you guys a story. I used to do this all the time. Literally, this is all I would do last summer, all of my videos. I never uploaded any vlogs, any real-life videos, any challenges, skits, none of that. It was always just me telling a story or just talking to you guys over gameplay. What I'm gonna be talking to you guys about right now is a little story on how I failed my driver's test. 3 times. I failed it 3 times. Can you believe that? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. To start things off, it's the summer before senior year. I've had my permit for 6 months so I can finally go in and take my driver's test. At the time, this was right when I finished taking driving lessons with this driving instructor that my parents hired. For 2 months, every weekend I would go and I would drive for 2 hours with this guy. I felt pretty confident going into the test, right? Go to the DMV, which is the fucking biggest piece of shit, by the way. I hate nothing more, no place more than the DMV. They just run it really bad, and you can just tell, look around, if you ever go to a DMV, look around, there's no happiness in the room. No happiness at all. It's just everyone just wants to get the fuck out of there. Literally the saddest place you could be, next to a funeral. So I'm in there, I'm in the DMV, and you wait an hour and a half to get called back. And there's only a few instructors at the DMV, and all my friends I talked to said that the only good one was the lady. And I got called back by it was just some dude, some angry looking dude. Just a short bald guy, alright? And he had that look like he woke up every morning looking forward to failing kids on their driving test. So I'm doing my test right, I think I'm doing pretty good. Me and this guy, we don't have any kind of conversation going at all. It's just make a left at the next stop sign, make a right on the next intersection, go straight through the next light, just shit like that. He was like a fucking GPS. And I remember one time, he asked me to make a left at a stop sign, and I kind of rolled the stop, I didn't come to a complete stop. I was like, shit, I fucked up, and I told the dude, I was like, my bad. And this dude, oh, I hate thinking about this, pisses me off. He doesn't say anything, he uses his face. This is what the guy does, ready? He has his little fucking clipboard out, taking notes. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And the guy just goes, he looks at me and he's like, what the fuck? He raises his eyebrows and nods his head yeah, you fucked up pretty bad right there. No, I didn't. I rolled the stop. And then again, when we were coming up on a stop sign, I stopped after the white line. Once again, the guy didn't say anything. He just face-palmed. He just did this. Fuck off, dude. You're really messing with my self-confidence here. He's showing no emotion whatsoever. I'm trying to start little conversation oh, the weather's getting pretty hot. Once again, he just, does the little nod thing. Fucking evil little dwarf. And that's pretty much what happened the whole rest of the time. He's just sitting there writing shit down on his little clipboard. When we get back, I'm like, whatever, I think I did pretty good. I may have messed up here or there, but I thought I did pretty good. I look at the little report sheet, I totally failed it. I was like, whatever, fuck this guy. I see I messed up on a few things. I'll just go home, study them and come in and retake it. So it's about 2 weeks later because I needed to wait for my dad to be able to take me. And I go there, I wait in the DMV for an hour again, and I get called back by the lady. So I was feeling pretty good. I was like, I got the good instructor, she's really nice. She just seemed like one of those genuinely nice people, right? So I'm right about to start my test, right? I haven't even pulled out of the parking lot to start my test yet. And she's like, oh, make a left out here. And when I'm looking down the road to make a left, there's this huge 18-wheeler semi-truck that is totally blocking all of my vision to the right. I can't see any cars coming this way. I'm like, whatever, this is a back road behind the DMV. There's not gonna be any fucking cars flying out from behind this truck. So I look left, see there's no cars, peep one more time to the right. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty good. I start pulling out to the left, and then I just hear my instructor, this poor lady, start screaming for her life. Brake! Oh my god, stop the car! And I fucking slam on the brakes, and there's this car just comes flying out behind the semi-truck. Perfect. Just, what are the chances? Out of the 4 possible ways I could have exited this parking lot, this lady picks the one back road with a fucking huge-ass 18-wheeler, totally blocking all of my vision. So yeah, I almost crashed my dad's car on my driving test. Almost killed my driving instructor too. And I was super pissed. I was so angry at this point. And I was like, you know what? It's just one little mistake, right? And no, I failed the test right then and there. This lady's all startled up, fearing for her life, wondering why she chose to be a driving instructor. And that was the worst feeling ever. I failed my test before I even started. So I drove around the block, came back in, parked, and I was back in the DMV literally 2 minutes after my dad saw me leave to go take my test. Came back in, told him I failed. So that was really bad. And I went a 3rd time like 2 weeks later, and I get a new instructor too. I get this really tall, like, black guy, like this 7-foot dude. And this guy actually was pretty cool. We were talking a little bit on our drive, you know, he told me that he was like ex-military or something, so I was like, oh shit, like this guy's not playing around. So I do the full driving test with this guy, come back, I park, and I was like, damn, like I actually think I got it this time. I didn't make any like crazy mistakes, I didn't almost pull out right in front of a car, and the guy gives me the clipboard, and I got marked off like 10 times for one thing, and that was stopping before the white line on an intersection. Every time I would stop like on the white line or after it, I got like marked off 10 times for that one little thing. So I failed again, a third time. So I go back for the 4th time, a few days before senior year starts, and I get the same instructor I had last time, like the really tall, you know, ex-military guy. But this time on the test, I finally felt super confident. I made sure like I did every little thing right, and I passed, and that was it. Like I finally got my license, and I was so happy. I was so relieved. I came home and I was like, you know what, Mom, I finally got my license. She did not believe me. No one in my family believed me. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. That is the story of how I got my driver's license. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Let me know what you think of this old school, you know, type of video where I sit down and I tell you guys a story, because normally, you know, when I do these videos now, I just do it, you know, one-on-one with my webcam. But I thought I'd mix it up a little bit, make an old school type of video. Let me know what you guys think. This has been Alex or FaZe. I will see you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.